Chris, how you guys did a nice job coming back and playing a strong third period.
Yeah, I think the third period is fair. I mean, the first two periods we were, the first period in particular, I thought we were fighting it bad. The beginning of the second, we were fighting it. Now, full credit to Ohio State. I mean, they responded to yesterday's game and they came out hard, which we tried to warn and tell our guys that was going to happen. If it wasn't for Chris Nell, it would have been different. And then I think as the game went on, we created our chances. There wasn't much consistency with the chances, but we had big time chances, and their guy made some good saves. And then the third, I thought we played well. I'm not sure if we worked to earn that bounce that we got. I mean, it looked like it went off their stick. Did Cooper get a piece of that goal? Did it look like it was hard to tell from where I was, and then obviously Matt's goal was nice to see. But I thought the third was our best period for sure, at least the way I remember it.
Getting that goal, and then right away they have a breakaway. How big was your goalie's?
Oh, it was huge. I mean, we talked a lot about this. We're looking for, a guy or a couple of guys to separate themselves, and I thought there was two good efforts this weekend. Chris got challenged more tonight than probably Tommy did last night, and that was a prime example. Those are type of plays that, from a Chris Nell perspective, is great. We need that save. But from a team perspective, that just cannot happen. It's just there's no excuse for that. We have to clean that up.
How would you analyze how Chris played throughout it?
Very well. He looked on top of it. Chris is a quiet guy and kind of a soft-spoken guy, but there's a fire in him, and you could see that. He was at the bench cheering the guys on. He was tapping gloves when we left the ice for the second period. I think it bothered him that he didn't play last Saturday because he knew he deserved to play, but there was a situation. He knew what the accountability was. We wanted to get him in the net because he did deserve to be in the net. I thought he looked on top of it from the beginning.
You mentioned special teams tonight. You hold down 0 for 6 in the power play. And going back last night as well. You guys had a good weekend.
Yeah, I mean, 0 for on the power play. I think we were 0 for 2 last night, so 0 for 5 in the weekend. They were 1 for 3 last night, and then 0 for 6 tonight. I don't love 6, but Chris Polkamp's penalty in the third was out of hard work. I mean, I'm going to take that all day. I don't want it to put us down 5-on-3, but he's working and grinding and playing the game the way we expect Chris to play. So I didn't necessarily think it was undisciplined. I don't love 6 penalties. So we'll have to find a way to play hard and not take 6 penalties.
How about your PK unit? You guys took some penalties, but...
Yeah, I thought our PK unit was good, and we've been good the last little bit. Again, 3 and 4, I've got no problem with. 6 is too many, especially with a 5-on-3 in the third period with a 1-goal lead. So, all in all, we executed. The ebbs and flows of games and the highs and lows, we've tried to control that and not get too high and too low either way. I thought our guys did a pretty good job of that tonight. Stayed focused and executed, played.
You had a 5-on-3 yourself. Not taking advantage, I guess, a game that could have gone either way.
Yeah, no, that's a great point. I actually thought we got a great look. Ben Murphy, we did exactly what we were looking to do in the 5-on-3, and he just missed the net. I mean, it was open, it was there. It was just that night. It was one of those nights. So, they have a 5-on-3 and don't score, and we have a 5-on-3 and don't score. So, but I did like the look that we got, a couple looks we got.
Even though you didn't score on the 5-on-3, I really think you started to gain some momentum.
Yeah, again, there was a couple of plays in the 5-on-3 that were close to embarrassing, the way we fell down and not there. And then there was a couple that were really good, the way we drew them up. And we just missed the net or just missed a pass or whatever. And, I would say if you look at the game, it probably was the time, Kevin, when we started to kind of do a little bit more consistently. So, yeah, that sometimes happens. But usually to get that momentum, you have to score. So to be able to create some momentum by not scoring, that's a good thing.
I know we keep talking about the power plays, but one thing that jumped out at me, and we were talking up, I guess early, coming out of the second into, I think it was into the third, where he carried it over. It seemed like there was a couple of power plays where he never got the full 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Is that just lack of discipline, or is it just, like you said, one of the power plays, aggressiveness, and you like that, or?
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm not exactly sure why it shook out that way. I know we went into the second period, and I think we went into the third period on the power play. Is that what you're talking
Yeah,
about?
it seemed like there was a couple penalties, because we were talking about it. It seemed like there was a couple power plays where you never really got to a full 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, you were on the power play, and then you commit a penalty, so you never got your full 2 minutes.
Yeah, no, I'm not sure if that gets in the way or not. We need to get on the same page power play wise. 0 for 5 obviously says we're not just yet.
Talk about the series, Coach. Ohio State, obviously not a league game for you, but how important is it, especially with 2 close games last year with Sweden?
Yeah, well, it's a huge series. It's Ohio State, and to go down there last night and come out with the result we did and play pretty well, and to be able to come back home tonight knowing that even without students, it was going to be, I mean, without the student body on campus, it was going to be a good crowd and a good buzz in the place, and we thought that and we felt that, and it almost felt like last year's game a little bit, like the place was ready to explode, but we weren't playing well enough to make it happen. But this year we stuck with it and got a couple bounces. I've said this a bunch, Clint. I'm very appreciative of Ohio State continuing to play us, and why I say that is they're willing to come here. And our crowd and our fans, students and townspeople alike love watching us play Ohio State, and I think it's a great rivalry, and I'm glad they're on our schedule.
Chris, given that it was one of those nights, kind of like for your words, you happy to get away with the win here, or?
Absolutely. John, let's not make any mistake. It was one of those nights, but a win is a win for me and for our program. We worry about the process, and we focus on the process, and we let the results take care of themselves. But we want results. And to get the result tonight, to find a way in a situation where, you know, it maybe wasn't our night, quote unquote, that had as much to do with Ohio State as it did with us. Because they were digging in, they were ready for a fist fight, and I don't think we were. But we'll take the result all day.
Good. All right, thanks.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.